So in today's video, we're going to be looking at my rank for Angela. I took her up a couple weeks ago, just because I had a bunch of rank up gems around from Banquet and stuff that I still hadn't used, been procrastinating using those for a while, and it's just I don't need to rank up competitive stuff right now. My roster is perfectly fine for BGs or War or whatever I feel like tackling, so let me just take up some random champs that I really feel like playing. And one of those was Angela, another one was Spider-Punk, which I'm not going to be making any more content on because I put a 30-minute showcase out for him last month, or 2 months ago now. So you can check that out if you want to see some Spider-Punk stuff, but my Punk is up, my Angela is up, and then I did Prowler after, which you've seen in War already. But I did want to talk about Angela in this video because she is one of the oldest champs in the game who still feels like she has some value to bring to the table. We'll go ahead and fight Winter Soldier first here, and kind of the way I like to play Angela is we're going to go ahead and cross a bar of power, which is going to give us a Fury. And the goal from there is to just at least land one crit when we have that Fury up, because then we're going to get a ticking version of it. And then we'll go ahead and drop the special one, so we drop below a bar of power again, and then we can cross it once more to get another permanent Fury and then another ticking Fury. Kind of similar to Imperios' playstyle, who released recently, where you want to cross bars of power to get buffs and stuff. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get that third Fury, and at this point you can do the same but for a precision with 2 bars of power, and then the enemy is usually dead from there. A big thing that is significant for Angela is how often she can land critical hits. So we fought Winter Soldier there, and because of the Challenger rating difference, we're landing crits a lot more than we would against, say, the Solvark here. And crits are a very important part of her playstyle, because not only is that how you get your buffs rolling, but they also just deal significant more damage than on the basic attack, compared to if it didn't crit. Especially because of the fact that she has no red number to support her anyway. Because you do really need those big white and yellow numbers if you're a character who's not going to have any access to red numbers. And we can use our heavy attack, which does get bonus crit rating. It's definitely not guaranteed, but it can be pretty strong. And against Solvark here, we can just use our armor breaks from our special attacks and remove his crit pen reduction, and it's a very fast fight. That was 40 seconds for Solvark, one of the fastest Solvark takedowns I've had recently. We'll go fight Iron Man Infinity War next, which shows a lot of utility pieces that she has, which makes a lot of sense considering that Iron Man released only a year after Angela did. But Angela did get buffed at least once, so maybe that could have had something to do with it. In Angela's SIG ability, that's where you're going to be getting almost all the utility pieces, and you do want her at a very high SIG if you are planning to utilize them. But basically, in her base kit, she can parry non-contacts, but then in her SIG ability, other utility pieces she gets is she reduces the chance of auto block per buff on her, nullify per buff on her, and also damaging effect or damaging debuff duration is reduced per buff on her. So you're going to go ahead and SIG her up a lot, and then you get all those benefits. As you can see here, where you can shut off Iron Man's auto block, which is great. Unfortunately, we do not get through his armor as well as I'd like in the final phase, because Iron Man does have a lot of crit resist, especially due to his armor ups. And like I said, crits are incredibly important for Angela, so that made the ending of the fight rather slow. However, it's still pretty decent and shows off a lot of utility pieces that she has to make the fight easier, with the non-contact parries, the armor breaks also helping to at least make it to where I can kill him faster, and then the auto block ability X reduction, of course, was pretty significant there. Here we're fighting Eternity of Pain Havoc, and we'll go ahead and show off just partially the fact that she has an armor up buff pretty much almost all the time, as long as you're getting that one crit you need when you're below a bar of power, so you can get that ticking armor. We're not going to always have it in this fight, because on this node, when I dex, it's going to turn the armor into a true strike, or true sense. Yeah, it is true strike, whatever. So that's annoying, but we can still see a long fight rotation with Angela here, which is also worth showing. When you get to 3 bars with Angela, you're going to get an aptitude, and the aptitude, of course, is going to increase the potency of your other buffs. I don't remember how potent it is, but you definitely feel the effects of it, and it makes these Furies that we're getting here so much better. So, Havoc also reduces crit damage rating by a lot, so we're doing 21,000 light attack crits, even with the crit damage reduction that he has, and she can just hit extremely hard after you do that special 3 rotation. We're going to fight Warlock, the immediate fight after, and this one we're showing mainly because it's a very specific RPG fight that Angela is able to take very well. Basically, you need to be able to do crits on your special attacks, but you can't crit Warlock unless you remove his armor up. So what you do in this fight is you drop your special attack, which of course is going to armor break Warlock, remove his armor so that we can actually crit him, and we just need to make sure that we have the intercept guaranteed crit passive before we do so, because that is going to allow us to just have a 100% chance to actually be able to deal damage on the special attacks. And you can only do damage with special attacks in this fight, which is unfortunate for Angela because that's not where a lot of her damage comes from. In fact, you are getting about 80% of your damage from basic attacks. But still, it works out fine. You also gain a lot of buffs when you're playing Angela, so his infection is just never an issue. And yeah, like, this fight's very chill. She doesn't have any power control immunities, which is annoying because there are some power drain effects on this node, and that definitely leads to a bit of an annoyance. But yeah, as far as this fight goes, we just need to keep dropping the special attacks against Warlock here and keeping his armor up away and then dropping my specials to finish him off. And I sped it up because it's pretty long, it's pretty boring, but that's just with almost anyone taking that fight, to be honest with you. Now we're going to go fight Nick Fury. So in this fight, there's a node to where if I have a debuff on me, his special attacks are free. He also is able to bleed me through the block. However, with Angela, if I have enough buffs, we can just make it to where the bleed isn't actually there, which is great. We still have to deal with the disorients that he places on us when I block. That's definitely a little bit frustrating. It only has a 0.5% chance to trigger if I trigger it on parry. But we also are just continuously eating his special ones because I'm bad in this fight, but at least we have Angela's regen, which is pretty good. I definitely think she has a very strong regen. It happens when you lose 10% of your health, you are going to gain a regen, and then if you already have one active, instead of the regen, you're going to get this passive that will turn into a regen once the other one expires. Basically, the regen doesn't stack, but you can hold it to where once that other one goes away, the next one's going to immediately trigger, which it doesn't make a big difference overall. But we're going to go ahead and drop my special one here, and I'm going to go ahead and use it as soon as I land a crit so I can get that Taken Fury, and I just didn't get any crits. Like I said, crits are extremely important for Angela. When that RNG is not in your favor, it really is messing with your damage. Maybe that Taken Fury might have actually been from it, but it looked like I crossed 2 bars before it happened, but maybe on the same hit it worked. I don't know. There is a node where we can power lock him when we dex his special attacks enough, so I'm just abusing that and going for these heavy attacks, which do hit very hard. And then we'll go ahead and get a Taken Precision, which is going to help me a lot on getting this guy down. So he's got like the free special attacks now, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and drop my special 2, and pretty soon it's going to be lights out for him. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my special 1 now. We trigger the power lock node again, and at this point the fight is just over. And we'll go ahead and move on to Incursions, actually, because it's not an Angela video without Incursions gameplay, because this is the Incursions queen of the game. I don't think there's a better champion in the game for Incursions. You slap Odin on the team, and then you get literally 2 million damage medium attacks, which I believe we see later in this fight. And yeah, like, this is the Sector 14, and then we'll have a couple fights from 15 as well. No, that was the first hit of the special 2 that did 2 million damage. Either way, still 2 million damage. But this is the 14th and 15th sector of the Glitch Incursions that just finished last week. And yeah, we're just going to see 4 fights from it, and they are literally all 22 seconds or faster, so there's not really that much of a reason to talk about them, because who cares about nodes when you're killing defenders in 20 seconds, right? And with the amount of different utility pieces that Angela has, specifically in her SIG ability, and the fact that she's basically immune to damage over time debuffs, it almost doesn't even matter what the nodes are. If they're like buff control nodes, then like that could hurt us, but we also have a significant chance to fail nullify from the SIG, which is pretty crazy for a Cosmic. I know like Galen does that, and there's probably a couple other Cosmics, especially recently, who do that, but Angela is a champion who released in 2017 and was buffed in 2021, so she's basically the first of her kind to do this kind of thing, and she still is very strong in doing it. So I'll go ahead and drop my special one there, and this Valk is just gonna get cooked. I'm gonna drop another combo, and yeah, 400,000 medium attack. And then the last fight, of course, is going to be this Ultron in the 15th sector, which I got Stellar Force Star-Lord right after this fight, which was pretty cool. And I'm glad that my rank 4 Angela was part of the main reason I was able to breeze past it so well. Got a lot of fun out of doing this sector. I don't like Incursions as a game mode in general. I think it's a pretty bad game mode. But like stuff like this is still a pretty good time. I can't even deny that. And yeah, you saw that medium attack. So anyway, that's the video, guys. I'll probably eventually make more Angela stuff. I don't know if she'll get an Ultimate Showcase. She's definitely on the list of ones that I would like to work on again when I have the time to do so once more. I don't know when that'll be, but yeah, we'll see. And I do hope you guys enjoyed watching this one, and yeah, comment some other characters that you'd be excited to see gameplay for eventually as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.